And so is the United States government. $40 trillion in the hole. That number is so big it stops meaning anything. So today, this coop is going to explain exactly how a country ends up $40 trillion in debt, who it borrows from, where new money actually comes from, and why nobody ever stops it. Every morning I walk out here and hand these chickens feed they didn't earn. They've eaten more than they've paid for every single day of their lives. They are technically running a deficit. Stick around. By the end of this video, you'll understand the federal budget better than most people who vote on it. Here's the setup. This coop is the federal government. The feed going in, that's government spending, roads, military, social security, all of it. And the eggs coming out, that's tax revenue. The money the government collects to pay for everything. Now here's the problem, and it's the whole problem. This coop eats about 7 scoops of feed a day and lays about 5 eggs worth of value. That gap, the 2 scoops we can't cover, that's the deficit. It happens every single year. And when you stack up every year's shortfall, decade after decade, that pile of IOUs is the national debt. $40 trillion of it. Deficit is this year's gap. Debt is every gap we've ever had, plus interest. Don't let a politician blur those two, they love doing that. So how do I keep a coop running when it eats more than it earns? I borrow. I go to my neighbors and say, lend me a bag of feed today and I'll give you that bag back in 10 years, plus a little extra for your trouble. That's signed IOU. In the real world, that's a treasury bond. And here's the wild part, my neighbors line up to make this deal. Regular people's retirement accounts, banks, pension funds. Even other countries, Japan and China, hold hundreds of billions in these IOUs. Why? Because this coop has never once, in almost 250 years, failed to pay back an IOU. That track record has a name, the full faith and credit of the United States. U.S. debt is considered the single safest place to park money on the planet, which is ironic because the pile of it never stops growing. The safest asset on Earth is a promise from the biggest borrower on Earth. But what happens if I need to borrow and the neighbors get nervous? What if nobody wants my IOUs? That's where the strangest building on this farm comes in, the magic barn. In the real world, it's called the Federal Reserve. The magic barn can buy my IOUs. With feed it creates out of thin air, not feed it grew. Not feed it saved, feed that did not exist 10 seconds ago. That sounds like a cheat code, and honestly, it kind of is. When the economy crashed in 2008 and again in 2020, the magic barn created trillions of dollars this way. But watch what happens in the coop when the feed doubles and the eggs don't. Every scoop of feed now buys less. Prices rise to soak up the extra money. You know this one personally, it's inflation. It's why your groceries cost 30% more than they did in 2020. Nobody voted for a grocery tax. But when new money gets created faster than new stuff, that's exactly what inflation is, a tax nobody had to pass. So why not just stop, eat less feed, balance the coop, because chickens vote. Every scoop in this bucket has a constituency. This hen gets Social Security feed. That one gets defense feed. The one pecking my boot gets highway feed. Try taking any scoop away and you will hear about it loudly at the ballot box. Promising more feed wins elections. Promising less feed ends careers. Both parties know it. So the pile grows no matter who runs the coop. And here's the stat that should stop you cold. The interest alone on the old IOUs, just the extra feed we promised the neighbors, now costs more per year than the entire United States military. That's like my feed IOU interest costing more than the guard dog that protects the whole farm. We pay more for old promises than for national defense. Over $1 trillion a year, just interest. So how does a coop like this ever get out? History says there are only 3 exits. Exit 1, lay more eggs. Grow the economy so fast that the debt shrinks compared to what the farm produces. This is the happy ending. America actually did it after World War II. It's rare, and you can't just decide to do it. Exit 2, ration the feed. Austerity. Cut spending, raise taxes, tighten the belt. Mathematically clean, politically. Go back to part 4, the hens riot. Countries that try it usually blink. Exit 3, the quiet one. Water down the feed. Keep the money printer humming. Let inflation run a little hot, and pay back old IOUs with dollars that are worth less than the ones you borrowed. The debt never gets defaulted on, it just gets diluted. Exit 3 is the historical favorite because nobody has to announce it. But every farm in history that leaned on it too hard, Rome, Weimar Germany, Argentina, eventually had a very bad morning at the coop. America isn't Argentina. The dollar is still the feed every other farm on earth wants. But that privilege is exactly what makes Exit 3 so tempting, and temptation compounds, just like interest. So no, the coop doesn't collapse tomorrow. The neighbors still trust the IOUs. The eggs still come, but the pile grows every single day, about $80,000 a second. And debt has one iron rule on a farm or in a nation. Someone always eats the loss. The only question is who, the lender, the taxpayer, or everyone at once through inflation. If this made the news finally make sense, subscribe, because next time our cows are explaining how the Federal Reserve decides interest rates. And yes, that somehow makes even less sense than this did. See you at the coop.